Good afternoon, everyone. Oh my gosh, my head is looking crazy. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Saturday. Listen, it is Saturday and it is the afternoon, and I'm chilling, y'all, for real, for real. Um, I am enjoying this Saturday. I had some plans, but I had to change those plans. Sorry, everything is falling apart now. Oh gosh. But we're here. We're gonna have some fun. We got some popping topics to talk about today. Um, Let me get over into the chat. I'm sorry. Oh. Hey, fresh strawberry, how you doing today? Oh man. Sorry, you guys. There we go. All right. Was having a whole situation. Welcome everybody to the room. Welcome to Warriors World. We got some topics we got to talk about today. I'm super excited. We are talking about black farmers today. Okay, we're talking about getting the black farmers some money, getting them back in the building. Hey Venus. Hey, the Juice Radio Talk Show. Listen, I have dropped the link, so anybody that wants to come in and join me, please feel free to come in. We are talking today about getting our black farmers back out here on the market, promoting them, helping to build them up financially from a governmental standpoint. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Miss Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is on the docket. Allegedly, our girl Wendy is out here filming a reality show. And I have my thoughts and opinions. I love daytime talk Wendy. I don't want to see a reality show Wendy. So we'll talk about that. And then last on our excuse me, last on our topic, we're going to talk about Chase Chrisley, the son of Julie and Todd Chrisley, who are currently in prison right now. So first of all, I just want to thank everybody who has joined me this afternoon. Please remember, as you're coming in, hit that like button. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I promise you won't be disappointed. And let's get started, okay? So I am going to share my screen. And we're going to talk about this first story. So, oh man. Sorry, you guys. Today's a struggle. Here we go. Alrighty. So the Charlotte Observer posted this article this morning, earlier today. And we are talking about getting our black farmers money. Okay. We want to be able to provide for everyone, not just a certain community, not just a certain race, not just a certain religion or whatever. It should be equal across the board. And so I am super excited to hear that Representative Alma Adams, who is actually a representative here of Charlotte, she introduced a bill this past Friday. The Justice for Black Farmers Act. And so this bill will help to protect Black farmers who are in possibly danger of losing their land, who need money to help build their crops, who need financial stability for whatever it may be. She presented that during the 19th century, Black farmers lost over $300 billion in worth and in acreage. During that time, we know that people were taking over what belonged to us, without paying us for it. We were working for other people, tilling their properties and working on their land, and that land was our land originally, if we be completely honest about it. And so in here she just talked about pretty much, she testified back in 2021 of March that in 2003, the Civil Rights Report showed it took 220 more days for a Black farmer versus any other to receive their application approval or not approved, versus their other counterpartners. And I feel like, if we are going to, like I always say, we're going to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, we have to have justice across the board. If you're going to approve, if there's a certain approval time for an application to be approved, then we need to have that time manner across the board for everybody. 220 days, like, imagine the amount of work that they're missing out on. Imagine the money that they're missing out on doing that 220 days versus their other counterpartners who are coming in, turning in their application, getting their money, and going on and selling their crops to these major grocery stores, putting them out on their own in their own stores. It just was so unfair to me. And I was like, this was a great story to talk about. She also talked about that more recently, other studies show that Black farmers are underrepresented in our communities. To be honest, I do not know of any Black farmers, like, personally. Like, and it was just like, wow, like, I had to really sit back and think about, I really don't know anyone who, I know people that own land, but I don't know people that still farm or who are selling their crops who are of the persuasion of our community. So that was just a really big shock to me as well. And so also Representative Adams and Mr. Cooper, who has now taken over, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Booker, who has taken over as the representative of Nancy Pelosi. They are working together to bring the Justice for Black Farmers Act to pass in our Congress. And that will help provide $2.2 billion in revenue to help our Black farmers who need help in our community. And so I just thought that this was a great story, especially speaking on Black History Month. I just wanted to bring this up and talk about it. I'm not really well-rounded and educated on Black farming or farming as a whole because I did not grow up in the country. I'm a city kid, so I don't know much about it. But they also talked about bringing it to the education standpoint. I know right now Florida is talking about trying to take Black history out of their studies. And this would not a perfect time to bring in Black farming. We need to talk about it. Let's not be taking anything out. Let's talk about it. Let's get the conversation happening. Let's learn more because that is a real life business that we need to keep going, especially with people now, wanting to be healthier, with people wanting to be vegan, with people wanting to juice. We have to start growing our own products and our own crops in order for us to continue this healthy lifestyle that we want to live. Like we always say, they're injecting so much in the meat, they're injecting so much in our food. It's so unhealthy. And so we want to start supporting Black farmers so that we can support our own bodies, our own health, and our own strength. So I wanted to just bring that up today, being Black History Month. Wanted to talk about that. And so, if you in your community look for Black farmers, look for Black owned businesses who bring their own crops to the community to sell. We can't do anything if we're not promoting on our own and we're not promoting, those who we know who do own Black farms. So let's promote, let's push, and let's support Representative Elma Adams and getting this movement going for sponsorship and more money for Black farmers in our community. Okay, so I am going to move on to this next story. And on the docket next, we have Miss Wendy Williams. Wendy is out here dipping it and doing it, okay? She is getting her life. And so I'm going to show this real quick. This video is from The Sun. And so here we go. Uh-oh. Of course they're going to show a freaking ad first.
If I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd wanted you to shade.
I really honestly think Wendy played all of us. She played all of us. I tried to tell y'all, sis was going. Look, here we go.
workout. I saw you pumping it out today. I see had the legs up, you look like a bird flying. Huh?
So I'm working out.
See you, let's go.
Sexy, right? Gary. Please.
Let's go.
I'm famous.
Yeah, that's wonderful, but I'm not trying to wait for you. I'm welcome. It's over here.
I've been working out.
How was the workout tonight?
Very nice.
That's great.
What most is it you
I've
work
been
out?
working out for a long time.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Bye.
Let me tell y'all, Wendy played all of us. Wendy played us, okay? Now, granted, I don't think she's like, I definitely think that there are some mental off things going, but she ain't as off as she played to be. Like, Wendy was giving full sentences, she's giving conversation, she is like being her whole self. Like, it's funny to me how she like jumps in and jumps out. Like, and that is definitely part of the mental stability of it all. But did y'all see the way Wendy literally walked back to her home? She walked out, not stumbling, ain't got to hold on to nobody. Sis was look at sis right here. Okay, Wendy is living her best life. Wendy said, "You thought you were gonna try to play me." No, no, I'm good. I'm not paying for this baby. I'm not paying for my ex husband. I'm not paying for his mistress. She said those days are over. I mean, now Wendy definitely does look frail. Um, and I think that Wendy is still recovering. Now we do know that she reportedly was checked into rehab earlier last year due to a drinking issue. She has checked out since then, and so she's alleged to be filming a reality show. I don't want to see a reality show from Wendy. I loved daytime talk Wendy Williams. She was everything. Like, Wendy really gave me the confidence that I have today. Even when I feel like I'm struggling, I always just think back to when Wendy first came out, the presence, the ambience, the love, the energy, the laughter. She gave it. She was this big powerhouse. And I love that. And I still think that that powerhouse is still here. She is in place. She's ready to, give what she has left to give, in my opinion. So, Wendy, I don't want to see you on reality TV. I would love to see you do something with TV. I would love that. But as far as reality TV, it's a no for me. Fresh Strawberry, she really did. Yeah, she really did. She gave that energy, she gave that love, she gave daytime talk. And that's why she held down that seat for 13 years. Like, amazing job. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So, Wendy, no to the reality TV. I'm here for a podcast. I'm totally listening to a podcast, Wendy. I am here for a YouTube channel. Let's get back to doing interviews. Let's get back to Wendy, from the radio days. I just want to see Wendy somehow out here represented in daytime talk, daytime TV, daytime something. Like, give us our Wendy back, okay? Hey, Emmanuel, welcome to the building. She definitely earned the title of Queen of Daytime Talk. Yes, she did. The Juice Radio.
How you doing? Hey, Royer.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm doing.
I'm good. I'm good. I was trying to get a little bit of exercise in. I said, let me come over here and just chit chat with Royer a minute and get back to that treadmill in a few.
I appreciate it.
I love it.
appreciate it.
Listen, I was listening to your story about the farmers, the Black farmers
Mhm.
earlier, and I want to thank you and applaud you for having that on your platform. I did see that article. I do think it is wonderful what they're doing. I do pray that they are successful in their ventures of what they are trying to make happen again. It's owed to us, and I'm so glad that they're doing it. And I pray this time they will allow them to keep their land.
Yes.
Allow the land, and those who have land, this is a great time now to start getting your land prepared, because when the benefits come out there for everybody, and you got to be ready. I'm sitting on 10 acres myself, in another city that's just sitting there. So it's a good thing that they're doing.
First come, first serve. First come, first serve. And like you said, look, that what the word to be ye also ready. You got to be ready, because
Be
when
ready.
it comes, it's just coming. So yeah,
That's
be
right.
ready. But
That's
yes, I
right.
seen that article today, and I was trying to gather as much as information as I could. And I just was like, wow, this is amazing, so beautiful. So yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to the Black farmers. Shout
That's
out to all of us who own land. My
yeah.
grandfather, he owns a few acres of land up in Ashland, Ohio. So
Mhm.
we got to take care of what we've been blessed with. So
That's right. Get ready. Prepare the land. It's
look,
time now. It's time. It's time.
the
And
harvest.
the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Come on. Don't get church started. It's Saturday.
Okay, but listen.
But it is a Sabbath.
What's up with our girl Wendy? What's up with her?
Listen, Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams is a smart chick. And let me tell you why I am admiring Wendy Williams even more so now. Wendy Williams played her cards right.
Okay.
She did not falter from the mission, and the mission was to get in a position to win. And bravos and kudos to Wendy. She did that. She did that. She did that. I'm so admiring Wendy Williams right now. Ooh,
I just like who could do it better? Who could do
come
it
on,
better?
Wendy. Mm-hmm.
Who?
She did that.
She did that. I mean, and she out here walking, talking, doing her thing. I'm glad to see that she is back working out. I know that was a really big deal for Wendy,
Yeah.
when she was doing the Wendy Williams show, her workouts. Like, I'm glad to see that we're seeing Wendy back to her normal, what we know her to be, what we
That's
know.
right. That's right. Wendy, she taught us girls something. Y'all better catch the lesson Wendy taught.
Don't be no fool. Listen, don't be no fool. Wendy taught a valuable lesson.
Yes, she did.
And I think ooh, look at our girl. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I love her. I'm just gonna leave this up right here
I
because I love it.
know. Yes. Yes.
I think for me, I'll speak for me. For me, she taught me no matter how low you feel, how inconfident you feel, what people think about you, what the world looks like around you, you can always rebound, you can always pick up, you can always change it, you can always fix it. So shout out to Wendy Williams. We love her. We love
That's
her.
right. That's right.
Hi, Auntie Robin.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, Juice.
Go ahead,
How are
Juice,
you?
I'm sorry.
How are you? How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm good. Thank you for your earlier blessing. I appreciate it. And I send it right back to you.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Listen, I love Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams taught us to be prepared for the battle, no matter what you look like. They don't count you out. They didn't count when they were counting Wendy out. They were like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then trying to get to the one. But Wendy was like, no, she could get that leg up, that hand up, that's something. But she would not stay completely down.
Nope.
Wendy taught us how to bounce back and how. Come on now, I'm cheering for my girl. I hope she go on a tour.
And I think that would be beautiful, like a Wendy Williams tour.
Yes,
a Wendy Williams. Who would not show up? I'm showing.
Listen, give me a ticket. I'm there.
Listen, I want a VIP ticket because I want to meet sis. This is this is legendary. I mean,
yes.
For some, and I say that because for someone who has been through everything that Wendy has been through, and to still be here, like we know so many, or we have seen so many celebrities who have been through similar and who are not with us today.
That's right.
But
Well,
she
you know-
refuses to, she just refuses to let go.
That's
She
right.
refuses.
That's right. Wendy say, "Watch me win."
Mhm. Well, Wendy, I think Wendy has lived my impression based on having observed her since the 80s is that Wendy has fought her entire life to come out and prove everybody wrong about her and what she did and what she was at every cost or any cost in some cases. So we know that as a child, she fought her mom. Her mother, she was outcast in her family because she was fat. She had a friend who said she would come to dinner with the family, and Wendy's mother would make a separate meal for her with a little capon and a salad because she was too heavy, right? So now, years later, she got control of her weight, and she refused. Then she went vegan. That's the whole Sharina thing. But she was like, "I'm gonna show you, mom." So everything was a fight. When she even got on the radio, it was a fight. With her husband, it was a fight. Even though he isolated her, she has been determined to fight. And I'm gonna tell you, Royer, moving out, I'm gonna ask you for some time to have a "I told you so" segment, and welcome to my world and Royer's world, because I can how many different things have I said, and I felt like my theories and my comments have fallen on deaf ears, but all of a sudden, oh, y'all don't think Harry is so bad after all. Oh, remember I told y'all Wendy is probably sick, but she also said on her show that she didn't understand why Mary J was paying Ken Do alimony because he was her manager for years and he got a cut and she didn't feel he deserved any money. And I was like, so that's how she's cutting him out. There's a whole lot of other things, but welcome to my world. I take you all in. I will indoctrinate you all.
Listen, we had to slide over into Auntie Robin City, okay? Come on, Auntie Robin City, give it to him. Tell him what it is.
No, but I am really excited to see Wendy really be a winner this time, because I will tell you the truth. As I have said, I've been a Wendy watcher since the 80s, and she, at times, I've had to let her go because she was team too much for me.
Sometimes, yeah.
I didn't like what I didn't like her. How you doing? Because it was offensive because she was air quotes outing people. How you doing was not a greeting. How you doing was an assignation. Oh, Puffy, he's how you doing. That's how she accused people of being gay. I didn't like that. So some of the stuff I just had to step away. So I've always gone in and out. But I'll tell you, I'm in to see her win this. I'm in to see her come out on top. I'm here to see her stand next to Harvey from TMZ with Harvey's cameraman, because that's going to be the big reveal, to be there when Sharina and Kevin, when they evict them and they recorded. I'm here for all of that. Because, by the way, I'm also Team Petty.
Not the Team Petty.
I'm here for the Team Petty.
Queen.
Listen,
Queen
the way
Petty.
Wendy is gonna go in when the truck pull up to the house to pack their stuff. Let me tell you something. Wendy gonna come off the truck strutting.
Did you see when she got her car back from that woman's house? She had that car towed. Listen,
I can't wait. I cannot
Did you see
wait.
that? Did you see that?
Wendy is gonna pull up with the truck, and she's gonna come out the back of she's gonna be sitting in the truck with her purple chair, like, how you doing?
Purple chair.
She gotta install it instead of the regular.
The purple chair. Oh my goodness, that is
gonna be the purple chair.
What about a float? Or she can have it on a float. Ostentatious.
With wheels on it. Say how you doing. Oh my
goodness. There you go.
They're gonna scoot her out, and as they scoot her out, they're gonna be scooting their stuff in.
Oh my God.
She gonna be like Mr. McCarter from Diaries of a Mad Black Woman. I gave you a truck full tank of gas. Figure out somewhere to go.
Listen, we need to bring Eddie Murphy Respucia character to that truck And both of them be there with the how you doing. Come on, Riz.
Ah,
How
yeah.
you doing? While Riz should go and grab a sofa and put it in the truck.
Oh my God.
Oh
Yes.
my goodness.
So I love Wendy. I believe that Wendy, as I say always, she's gonna come back. She's gonna come out
Yeah.
on top. She is that girl, and I know a lot of people struggle with Wendy because she, talks about people and outs them and all this stuff. But this is the career that she has chosen to choose. It has made her millions, probably billions.
Yeah.
No, not billions, just
And
something.
it has entertained me for years, and it's made me feel comfortable with who I am, because just as much as she talks about people, she talks about herself, or she knows how to,
Deflect.
deflect. Yes, she knows how to
Mhm.
deflect, but when it's time to talk about herself, she also knows how to do that too.
Yeah.
Because there are in certain interviews where Wendy really is just raw and real with us. And even on the Wendy Williams show, there were a lot of raw, real, vulnerable moments with Wendy.
Yes.
And so I can do nothing but respect her for that,
I'm
so.
telling you, she did that. She did that. Let me tell you, if there's an award to give, yes, Wendy, she deserves that. She did that. And you know what? And I feel I can't say that I feel bad for Kevin or feel bad for, the girlfriend or whoever. I can't say that I feel bad for them because it goes around and it comes back stronger than it went around. So,
Boomerang hits hard.
yeah, it's going to swing back. And so I hope this has taught young women a lesson as well. You don't go after somebody you know is married because you think financially they're going to take care of you.
Young women and young men.
And
Young
young men.
men,
Absolutely.
stop cheating on your wives. Stop
Right.
cheating on your girlfriend. Like, let me tell. I'm sorry to cut you off, Juice Radio.
No, you go ahead. This
Tell
is your
y'all
chance.
something real quick. One thing that really, really, really gets under my skin
What's
is
that?
when people are not honest about
Oh,
what they want and what they desire.
me too. I
You want
can't.
to piss me off? Do the opposite of what you say you really want or don't want.
I'm gonna call you out on it too. I'm gonna call you out. I don't care if it's me and you one on one. I don't care if it's me and you in a crowd. I'm gonna try and be respectful and pull you to the side, like the Bible said. We're gonna have a one on one. But if you don't want to hear my one on one and you continue to do your mess, I'm gonna be that sounding horn to let all the people that's coming know lies, cheater. Watch yourself. Watch your bag. Watch your heart. No, because too many people have gotten hurt on the silence of others. And I'm not doing that no more. I'm not letting nobody else that's in my path continue to get hurt because I feel like, well, I don't need to be the one to say it. You're probably just the right one to say it. But I cannot tolerate dishonesty because there's no reason for it. I tell my friends and my children this. I have two children, a lovely son and a lovely daughter. And I tell them this. I say, come to me with the truth and let's deal with that. That's the easiest thing to do. Come to me with the truth and we're going to deal with it.
Telling your mama the truth about something and telling someone with whom you have a romantic interest in are very different. What I have found is that not enough people are clear enough. Either they may know what they want, but they're afraid to express it because of because of some insecurity that they have, fear of rejection. That I think is important. And some people they just game each other. Well, I'm gonna hang out with you, but you're not my boyfriend, you're not my girlfriend, and then they get butthurt when something, when they one or the other goes in another direction because you have not been honest about your feelings for each other. So there's a lot there. People are not good, and they're not as honest as they need to be. And they don't understand that the honesty starts with the benefit for themselves before anybody else.
Yeah. But people need to be honest because that being dishonest is not going to do anything but bring you down and put you in a place where, you're just, it's hard to come up.
You become dishonest.
Right. You become dishonest.
You become dishonest with yourself, and then you tolerate the foolishness that you would never tolerate in the first place. And that's exactly what happened with Wendy. She was not honest with herself about this man, and then you went on and tolerated stuff that you would never tolerate I cannot see with the upbringing that Wendy had. I could not see her tolerating the foolishness that she had without
But that goes with her
with herself.
That comes from her being insecure. And that's a lot of people that have the problem with being dishonest. They are insecure with something within themselves, whether it be finances or not where they want it to be, whether it be their lifestyle is not where it wanted to be, whether it be just them in general, not where they want it. That's an insecurity within themselves that they feel they have to be dishonest.
Yeah.
Right.
But she saw the signs and she just
it wasn't just signs, she had full evidence. I mean, do you realize the reason that Wendy and Charlamagne's friendship dissolved was because Charlamagne knew Sharina from back home in South Carolina. And she's up here in New York, and Kevin was liking her, and he was angry thinking that Charlamagne was trying to get with her and he wanted her for himself. So that was not news. That was not news to Wendy. Charlamagne had told Wendy this. She knew. She knew all of this. She knew all along. She told us that her husband was cheating on her when she was pregnant. She told us all that. So she lived with that. She accepted it. That was her thing. I think in part she was embarrassed because Wendy was, especially in the center of smack talk. Everybody, she came off like she was like the queen of everything. That everything about her life was perfect. When she got confronted now, she would like throw out her truth. So like when Judge Mathis came on and she tried to like post up on him, he was like, yeah, well, what about this about you? And she was like, oh, because yes, I heard it live. I used to have the radio.
Don't play with Judge Mathis. He goes straight to it on. Straight hood. But he
was like, yeah, what about you? I know about you and your your Coca-Cola habit and all this stuff.
Did they reconcile? Did him and Judge and Wendy ever reconcile?
Yes, they did. They did.
I would hope so.
Even people like Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know. The first Whoopi came on Wendy's show, and Wendy almost broke down in tears. And what Whoopi said to her, "My kid is mad at me. She don't want me to be here because of how you talked about me."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a whole lot. I'm telling you,
I've been coming with all the juice. Ooh.
And those are facts. I will
tell you this. I have been amazed at the amount of honest to God grace that all these people have shown and given to Wendy Williams, because I couldn't see it. Not at all. Puffy. I mean, she straight called Puffy gay 6 ways to Sunday. So all these people who have been on her show, and she has, you could see her kind of shrink a little bit, not knowing if they're gonna like throw jabs at her or not, because that's how harsh she was on people.
That's her insecurity. That's her wanting to hold on to Kevin, knowing that he allegedly did all these things. That's her insecure about herself.
This is how she was with everybody. And
because they were all talking about her relationship, right?
No.
Other stuff too. Just
I think it had to do with her personal insecurity. Then with that coupled with her being, because I've always felt she was abused by him, that she was isolated. Mm-hmm. She doesn't have any friends. Even in entertainment, at some point, some of us got friends in entertainment. Even I got friends in entertainment. I'm not even in entertainment.
But I think that's what pushed her to be so bold. He had this bold energy in the entertainment business, and it made her.
He was her thug muscle.
Well, yeah. But I didn't want to say that.
We're gonna do this. If we're gonna do it, we need to be honest about it, because otherwise, this is a conversation that doesn't make any sense.
Oh my goodness!
He was a genius. He was her thug muscle. When people were ready to, come at her because she was popping off, he was there to protect her. A big strapping ninja.
Yeah. Well, she's had plenty of time. She's had plenty of time during this whole process to really think about all that and to try and reconfigure some of the things in her life. And I'm praying that when she comes out this time, she'll come out changed and new. She's had plenty of time to rethink all this stuff.
Yeah,
and the thing is, she only has one friend. I hope that she and her friend Regina are able to get together, because that's the only friend she ever had. And people were like, well, what about her sister? She ain't never had it with her sister, closer to her niece, her sister's daughter, than anybody else in her family. Mm-hmm. But she was so isolated. Like when she had the divorce news came out, that's when all of a sudden her sister. I talked to my sister Wanda. She talked to me for two hours. I was like, this ain't Wendy, but she has no friends. All of a sudden, she had these manufactured friendships. Nene Leakes was her friend.
Well, you know what? I think this whole thing did. I think this whole thing pushed away all those people that were not her friends, and now it's going to bring in people that are going to be true friends to her.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully, because none of these, she ain't had no friends to speak of. And I'm being very deliberate. She never claimed anyone, and she even told you, I don't have friends. I don't have a big circle. The only person she ever claimed was this friend Regina, and she's the only person who we know of that we haven't heard about in the midst of all this. I wonder what happened, and my hope for her is because they have such a long history and it goes back so far and it was so deep. I hope that they're able to reconnect and that her friend, if she's able and willing, can help to build her up and support her, and that she can accept that from her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, Emmanuel says she was friends with Tamar Braxton, but in my opinion, that was
Hollywood
a bit of a friendship because according to Tamar, Vince was putting his hands on her too, and so trauma bonding. But anyways, best wishes to our lovely Wendy Williams. We love you. You are the queen of daytime talk. You will continue to be the queen of daytime talk for me. And you're coming back better and stronger than ever.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Come on up, queen. Come on.
Come on up, honey. Hey, Shan. Welcome to the building. Hey, Michelle. So glad you're here.
Come through with the picture, Shan. All right. That's why I'm in the
right. Let me tell y'all something. Cousin Shan been out here doing it. Okay.
That's why I'm exercising. I need
to do like that. Okay. Listen. I said, all right, Shan. We see you.
Hey, Naughty.
Hey, Naughty Love. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all go. If you are not a subscriber, go over to Naughty Love's channel and subscribe to her channel. She has a beautiful channel. I love her dearly. We talk very, very often. So Naughty, I love you. And then as well, go over to the Juice Talk Radio.
Juice Radio and Talk Show. We 2 platforms in one. The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Y'all come on over here. I was just listening to Naughty Love and her conversation she was having on Black History. Now, I love Naughty and the education that she gives. I was exercising, so I couldn't come on the live while I was doing that. But Naughty and I are getting ready to do something together too as well on our channel. I love her. I love Naughty. I love her.
Yes.
So and Naughty loves all of y'all too. Okay.
Welcome to the building.
So much. I'm so excited.
Naughty.
I'm gonna keep doing some work on that later. I've been doing little stuff behind the scenes. I'm gonna make it nice for you.
I love it. I know you will, girl. Your very presence is going to be making it nice. So I love it.
Thank you. Hey, Roya. How are you, King?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
It's that day.
It is that day. Today has been a very interesting day, but yes, we are here. We are in order. Okay. Naughty, did you hear about? Oh, and Auntie Robin as well.
I know. I got off the line with Auntie Robin. Okay.
Okay. Period. Justice for the Black farmers. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions?
Are you talking about the farmer where she outed her racist neighbors and stuff like that? No. They started doing all type of things. Okay.
No. So just real quick run back. Representative Elma Adams and what is his first name? Booker.
Cory,
thank you. Mr. Cory Booker, they are working on the Justice for Black Farmers Act. And so this will help to provide financial stability for Black farmers. It will help to bring more representation to Black farmers so that we can just help build us back up. This was an article written by the Charlotte Observer today earlier. They were saying that during the 20th century, Black farmers lost more than $300 billion in worth and in acreage. And so we are now trying to push to get back, what was stolen from us at the end of the day, as we know. So just your thoughts, comments, anything you like to share.
Well, I'm glad someone's taking the initiative to do something about it. It's true. I mean, the black farmer industry has been deprived and neglected, and they get no credit at all. Hence the show Queen Sugar, right? It's about the black
Mm.
farmers organization, and how they had to fight as a community to protect their land. Okay.
Consistently.
Consistently. It was a constant battle, season after season, to the point Charlie had to get involved with legislation, right? So that she can protect and introduce new laws to protect the farmers. So I think I'm glad someone's finally trying to take the initiative, especially Cory Booker. That's great, okay, because you know he's from Newark, where I'm at.
Yeah, and Representative Alma Adams, she's from here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So this is a
Mm.
beautiful. Excuse me, y'all. This is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
And I think our people need to get behind our farmers. You know, this is land that your people used to share crop and pick cotton on and things like that, and they were able to buy back their land and maintain their land and make it productive and things like that. It's something to be said about that. That's our history. That's our family's history.
I agree. Auntie Robin?
Okay, well, the black farmers, that has been that there's a lot going on with black farmers in general. Let me just start
Right.
there. Over the years, where there's been a loss of land, there's
Mhm.
also been a lack of funding for black farmers in particular from the federal government, where monies have been set aside. They have been out of the loop, which is further decimating their piece of the industry. The latest thing that happened with the gentleman, there is a group, one guy from New York. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, but they organized and they were going down and protecting this man and his land, and they were going down in groups. They had been asking to for donations, everything from money and food, tents, armor, those kinds of things, because it's that serious. I actually learned, and I wish I were more articulate or able to be more pointed and expressive about with names, dates, and stuff. But most of what I have seen about the black farmers in this country, I've seen on the Roland Martin show, Roland Martin Unfiltered, here on YouTube. He's covered them extensively. He talks about, he's had people on, the gentleman who is president of the Black Farmers Association. They've discussed different legislation that has been introduced. And if people, because I know that I would love people to have great information, I hope you don't mind, Roya, that I share that as a resource.
No, please do. So this story came out today, and I wish I could have had more time to do a little bit more digging and due diligence on it. But that is why I'm glad that the Juice Radio and Talk Show, Nadi, and you as well came up, because I know you guys would be able to help me kind of open that door. Because to the point that I made a little bit earlier, and Lord, I'm just going to be honest. Black farming was not a thing for me growing up. It just wasn't. I didn't know anything about it. Farming in general. I grew up in
for a lot of us, because again, again, this would be something, it would be wonderful to revisit just as a historical lesson when we talk about the amount of land that people, as black people, had at one point, maybe the 50s, 60s, 70s, not 70s, probably 50s, 60s, as opposed to where we are now. And again, just to understand the history of it, how we acquired the land, how we lost the land, how some of it might have been taken in eminent domain, a lot of different ways that we lost property, even including, oh my gosh, I just remember now, the last story I remember watching on Roland Martin was about, they said how the way that the property was divided or determined, they could just go in and say, this is mine. Basically, it's like mine.
The redrawing of the lines and all that. The same stuff that
arbitrarily.
they do today.
So So we'll
Warrior, I just
revisit.
sent you a link, but I'm happy you brought this topic up because believe it or not, the Shade Room, their deep investigation unit, they're doing a heavy deep dive into the Black farmers of America. They're always bringing out stories about the Black farmers. So maybe that's a way as commentators we could spread the word,
Right?
and then people could figure out different resources how people can support the
And
Black.
get more information.
Yes.
Exactly. But I do know the Shade Room has been doing a very deep dive into it.
Okay.
And they said, I was pulling up information on it as well, and it says that a federal judge approved a $1.25 billion settlement of the case, and that was back in October of 2022.
Okay.
So this has been acting since last year.
Before that.
Right. And even before that. But this particular act, as far as the settlement, came in 2022. Now, the thing is, there's a settlement, but then people have to figure out, okay, how do you have access to the funds? And so, there's.
So I think that's what Cory Booker and Elma Adams are kind of trying to work towards too as well, trying to figure out how to get this money distributed in a fair way that not just one group of individuals get it. So
yeah. And they were saying that what was happening was when these farmers, when they needed seed and crop and tools and stuff for their land, they would go to the USDA to get a loan. And the USDA were discriminating against them because they were saying in some of these stories that allegedly the USDA were not giving the amount of money to the Black farmers. They were giving in large increments to the other farmers. And here's why I have a problem with putting your ethnicity on applications. Because I don't like when people look at that part to see, oh, okay, you're of this group or this ethnicity, okay, and then determine what your loan is. Now, people may say they put that so the census can know how many people they're giving to. Nah, I'm gonna have to say I don't really agree with that. I think they're giving it so they can keep track on, what they're giving and who they're giving to. And if they want to give to that person or that ethnicity group. So I think that my own personal opinion, this is not from Royer's show, but my own personal opinion, I think that we should eliminate on applications what's your ethnicity. I don't think
what difference does it make? Everybody should be allocated equally in whatever cause it is. So what does my race have to do with anything? That's why I always hated the census.
Right.
Why do you need this? It's a way for you to gather information so you can continually restrict me and restrain me from
do things the way we've been doing it. That's exactly what it is.
I'm going to push back on that. I'm going to say that at its core, in its initial initiation, the practice was used to hopefully provide opportunities for more egalitarian processes. It's an opportunity that we can look and see where monies go because there is such discrimination. There has been from the Jim Crows, but forget slavery. But when you just look at Jim Crow, how separate. When you look at the farmers and how they didn't get their fair share of the pot. We're able to say, you know what, we only got 2% out of this 100%, and there's a way to come back and fight. When you want to look at how are the HBCUs now being properly funded according to the legislation, this is what you owe, and that is part of it. It's a fake. I'm calling it a fake reparation, if you will. It's a way to hold accountable the people who hold the purse strings.
It could have been a good thing when they started out, but it's not being a good thing for the uses of what they're doing because I don't like when I have to put my ethnicity on an application. I like now that some applications will say that you do not choose to disclose that information. I am happy that they have that on there now. But I can understand in the beginning, it probably started out where maybe, we said, well, we want to know, we want to track. How can we tell that we're getting our fair share? And maybe they said, well, on the applications, we're going to put, you put your ethnicity and then that way we'll be able to determine. But now what it seems to me, and this is just my opinion, that people some places may be looking at that ethnicity before they even look at the name on the application. That's just my personal thought.
You know, I see both sides of it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely see both sides,
Mhm.
but I just feel like the way that things are going today, it's not necessary because it's not benefiting, in my opinion, it's
Mm-mm.
not benefiting us in any way positively. But anyways, they're gonna move on into our last town hall subject.
All right
Now
now.
I want to ask a question real quick.
What's the question?
Now let's just say we are all in our young 20s. We're all in our young 20s.
I remember those days. I remember
And
those days. Oh yeah.
we're young, we're in our 20s, and we have younger siblings.
Okay.
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 And our parents do something to get themselves in federal prison.
Oh,
And so we have two younger siblings, and then we have a sibling that is doorstep, next to us.
Mhm.
Now, my sibling leaves me, goes off, they get engaged, and they're traveling, they're enjoying their life, and I'm stuck at home with our younger siblings, and our parents are in jail.
Ah,
Now,
that's tough.
how are you
Who
gonna
who
feel?
got engaged, Savannah or the boy?
Well, since we're gonna bring it up, I might as well go on and just like give us the tea real quick, because this is what we do. We spill the tea, okay? We
You mean
spill it.
Papa
Sorry, y'all. I'm
Chrisley
trying to
didn't
share my
prepare for this?
screen.
You
Huh?
mean Papa Chrisley didn't prepare for this?
Ooh.
Oh, naughty. Oh, naughty. You being naughty.
So listen, Chase then jetted out to Miami with his fiance
Okay.
as his parents served time in prison, okay?
Oh, I
Okay.
can't wait to give my opinion on this. Oh
Okay.
Lord.
Ooh, okay, so listen, Chase is living his life, okay? Now, as you all know, Julie and Todd Chrisley, or may not know, Julie and Todd Chrisley, they checked themselves into the prison earlier this year on their to serve time in fraudulent activity of frauding banks of more than $30 million to provide their lavish lifestyle. And so they were telling us that they were tycoons, but they was really robbing the banks in the community.
It's so sad with this. So
Ain't
sad.
it so sad? So
What
sad.
the application said? What ethnicity it said?
Mm, mm.
Man.
So, they have 5 children altogether. They have an older son, an older daughter. They have Chase and Savannah, and then they have the youngest Grayson. But they also have custody of their granddaughter,
Yeah.
Chloe. And so Chloe and Grayson are still under the age of 18. I believe Chloe's like 12, 13. Grayson is like right at the cuff of 16, 17, get ready to fall into the 18s. And so Savannah has taken on the full responsibility of not just Nanny Faye, not just of Grayson, not just of Chloe, but the complete lifestyle of everything that their mother and father have left behind, from a financial aspect. And so Chase done gone out here and got engaged, and he's just living his best life while Savannah is held up at the house taking care of the children. Now, here are some pictures from Instagram from the hotel lobby that Chase and his fiance went to. They got a jacuzzi. Sister's out here posing, doing her thing, dipping in and doing it. Mom and dad are locked up in prison for a $36 million fraud case, y'all. $36 million. So, the Juice Radio, I'll start with you. How are we feeling? Are we okay that our brother has gone off and living his best life while I'm stuck at home picking up the pieces of our life?
Let me tell y'all this. If y'all have followed the Chrisley show from the day one where they started, y'all all have known that Chase has always done his own thing. Chase has always been that way. I don't understand why they would even think that when they went to prison that Chase was going to change. Chase is going to be Chase. Now, do I think he should help out Savannah more? He should, but Chase is Chase, and he is of adult age. So if he want to jet out and get married, have a fiance, whatever, that's on him. I do want to say kudos to Savannah for holding it down, for taking care of the other brother. What's the other brother's name? I forget the other brother, the young brother.
Grayson.
Grayson
For taking care of Grayson and Chloe. So I'm kudos her. But should Savannah be in charge of Chase? She can't. Even if she was in charge, she ain't gonna be able to control Chase. Chase gonna do what he want to do. That's just who Chase is.
Because they couldn't control Chase.
They couldn't. They couldn't hold Chase in that house.
Can't control Chase.
No, they couldn't. Now Chase can do his part to help her, but Savannah, I feel bad for her. It's all on her. She had to, grow up real quick. I mean, she was already grown up, but that's a lot of responsibility on her, because when you think about it, if Chloe's in the household still, she's got to get Chloe to school. She still got to make sure Grayson gets to the school and stuff that he needs to go to. She still got to make sure groceries in the house. She still got to make sure utilities and lights or mortgages and all that other stuff is paid. So she's got a lot on her hand.
And she's taking care of Nanny Faye too, who's not, reportedly not doing so well here lately.
And the pets, they got pets too,
Pets. And my other thing is, I sat back and thought about, where's Chase getting this money?
We have not even heard. Well, I haven't heard where Chase ever got any money.
Hello. So,
I don't know.
Do we need to be doing some further digging into this investigation?
Maybe.
I don't know, but kudos to Savannah for what she's doing. But
Yeah.
Chase is gonna chase. That's what Chase does. He chases.
Auntie Robin.
Well, here we go. I'd like to start by being very practical and honest and say that very often, more times than not, when we have families, no matter the size, there always seems to be that one person who steps up to the plate and handles the business. That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is that that's very nice of Savannah to step up, because she is under zero obligation to give care or comfort to anybody else outside of herself. She did not have to become guardian over her niece or her younger brother. That's a choice that she made. I don't know if she was coerced into doing it, but that's her truth now. And so, as someone who lived as a caregiver to everybody in my family until the last one dropped dead, leaving me here to fend for myself, I'll say, you know what, you do it. And if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. But it's a fact of life. And I'm happy for her. I understand she's getting ready. They're getting ready to do, I swear I just read this 2 days ago. They're getting ready to do another reality show about life after mom and dad are in the joint.
They got to have money. They need an income.
And that will be their source of income. Chase has never been about anything but himself, from what I recall. He's always been very selfish. He also was not very bright seeming. So, she doesn't need to take him up, because he is over the age of 18, and she got to worry about this kid. And then she's looking after Nanny Faye. So, good on her, good for her. And we can only, as a caregiver, as someone who's just taken on that role, I appreciate and applaud her for doing that. And I hope that her family has the same respect for what the role that she has undertaken. That's it.
I totally agree, Auntie Robin. I really hope that they do. I am grateful and glad that Savannah took these children, because who knows what would have happened. Yeah. Naughty.
I like Chase, okay, because Chase is hilarious to me, and Chase giveth exactly what I love it. He's carefree. He don't give a F about nothing but himself. Okay. All right. But Savannah was groomed for this role. Okay. She was daddy's favorite, because she looks just like him. She was groomed for this role. I appreciate her stepping up. But I think it's a farce, just like what they did to begin with, to get out here in this world, trying to basically rub all their riches in our face and how much money they have and how they can just go shopping and this and that. She was groomed for this, Savannah. All right. She is taking over the family business, so to speak. And part of that is a package where she has to take care of these children. Because God forbid if Todd Chrisley gives his granddaughter back to her mother. She has another family that she should get to know.
She has a mother and a father, which is the son, is Chrisley's son. And neither one of them have Chloe in their care. So that says a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's still trying to control things.
What's with the older daughter too?
And Savannah was his biggest puppet.
Right. The oldest daughter didn't appear so much on the show. She wasn't a regular. She appeared on some cameos.
Right.
But
They were a little strange,
there was
right?
a disconnect there too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's but let me tell you this about Chloe and not Chloe, Savannah making this move to have this show. I was just reading an article which she said on her podcast. She had this on her podcast and she announced it on her podcast, according to the CNN article I just read, that there's a show in the works about them and how they're coping with their parents being incarcerated. And she's going to talk about how she's coping, how things are coping. She's going to talk about Chloe, being there with them and all of this going on. I'm going to tell you that's a good business move for her to do right now because everybody is wondering how they're doing. Mm-hmm. So instead of continuing to say it on your podcast, bring it to the big screen and get some money.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree.
Businesswoman.
Good power move.
Yeah, and it's got to happen. They have to keep the momentum while it's hot because this is hot.
Right. While we interested,
because they got 12 years. We don't have 12 years to wait for Todd and Julie to get out of jail, and then so much is gonna happen.
I mean, remember when Teresa Giudice, went to prison? Andy and them kept them cameras rolling. They wanted, we want to get it while it's hot. We want to, see what's happening.
Real time.
And then after they was in there for a while, they were like, okay, we'll wait until she get out to continue to film. So Savannah, you're right. Get it now.
And I'm sure they're going to be calling from prison. She's going to have them on the phone. It's still a family business operation. And
now, I don't know about that. From what I have read, Mom is not doing too well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, Todd's mom or
Julie?
Julie was doing, from what I read, Julie was having a hard time before they even sentenced her. Before she and an emotional toll, and because she's a mom, you have to think too. She's a mom. She's got her husband in jail. She's going in jail at the same time. She's leaving her younger son, her other children. She's a mom. From that mom standpoint, the worry is there, and worry can eat you from the inside out.
And that's what it's doing. And they put her actually in a medical facility.
Yes. Yeah. It takes a toll on you. I mean, they didn't do her like they did the Giudices. She went in first. Teresa went in first, and then when she got out, then Joe went in. So that would have been easier on Julie. But unfortunately, with their case, they said no, we ain't letting one of y'all stay. Both of y'all come at the same time. Another lesson that people have to learn: read the paperwork, know what your spouses are doing. I'm big on marriage, but I'm also big on business too. If my husband tell me to sign a document, and this is on both cases, Teresa's case and on Julie's case,
I read.
I'm gonna read it, and if I don't want to sign it, you are not gonna make my hand hit that paper.
Thank you. I referenced back to the panel we did with Diva. Remember, if your spouse surprises you with a house and you what you need, and I was like, no, this is why I wouldn't.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna. My trustworthiness is just, if I am in a marriage with you at this point, I trust everything about you, and that's just from a personal aspect because my level of trust is very secure, if that makes sense. So if I let you into my life like that, I have godly faith that I know that you're not going to do me wrong. I just do. Do. But yeah.
But watch
everybody.
Well, listen, here's the thing. I just want to know when it became a requirement that every single seeming reality show has at least a cast member who commits a crime.
That's a whole nother live and a whole nother day, baby. Let me tell
I'm telling you, because again, the Judices, they weren't criminals to start, but that stuff came up because let me tell you, the FBI watches.
Mhm.
They watch YouTube,
fly,
they watch
just like
Instagram,
Wendy.
they watch everything. They watch everything. So, they may not have been a criminal when they started, but if there's criminal activity going on, they don't find it. So that's why you got to make sure your house is in order.
That part. But listen, everybody, this has been beautiful today. Thank you so much for joining us here on our community discussion, our town hall meetings for the day. We are sending up blessings to our Black farmers, okay? We are going to support, we're going to do our homework, we're going to look to see what ways we could perform, what ways we could support, and what ways we could help to push this new bill that is coming next on the docket, okay? We want to remember Wendy Williams. We love you, girl. Queen of Daytime Talk. We don't want this, well, I'll speak for me. I don't want this reality show, but I would love to see you in some way, shape, or form, daytime TV or some kind of TV, just being Wendy from daytime TV. And then Chase, I guess we're going to let you live your best life, but you better not be doing nothing that your mama and daddy was doing, okay? Because if you are, we coming for you next, period.
He's not smart enough.
Well, apparently Todd and Julie wasn't either, so.
They were smart enough to do it, not to get away with it. Because if they weren't on TV, they'd still be living the high life. Trust me.
Exactly. That's why I said they wasn't smart enough. Ain't no way. Look, we're going to let this go after this. Ain't no way that I'm going to be a whole criminal out here and then going to get on TV.
That part.
Real gangsters move in silence.
Dumb. But y'all, please remember, follow. Please go follow, like, subscribe to Naughty Love's channel. She also has businesses. Okay, listen. Here it is, Naughty.
I'm waiting.
It is here, boo, and I use it. I'm gonna get your pictures, I promise.
I'm waiting to open mine when we have our show. I want the big reveal.
I know. I wanted to do like an opening night, and I didn't think about it. I was just so excited. I just
we're not in that 2 hours.
We did like a video. Dang.
Royer, come on when we do ours. When we do ours, come on, because then we can all put our. She's gonna teach us how to put on. That's why I have an open mind, because I want her to teach.
We should do something on your channel, Naughty, with our. Yes. Okay, we'll talk about this offline.
After Juice's panel.
Yes.
Something.
Yeah.
So y'all go over there and support, like, share, comment, subscribe. And then the Juice Radio and Talk Show.
Yes.
Please. This woman, I'm going to say it, this woman of God.
Woman
of God. And we are all men and women of God here. But this woman of God, just so powerful, so strong, so hilarious, so loving, so faithful. She is just that girl, okay? And so I want you guys to go over and subscribe to her channel. Y'all know I'm all about supporting anybody and everybody. We support over here, y'all, okay? And then for me as well, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We love it over here in Royer's World. We're all about laughter, love, and inspiration with a little bit of mess every now and then, okay? And then thank you to my Auntie Robin, who always comes and support. My Auntie Robin / my manager / our number one supporter /
She's a great supporter.
So yeah.
I love you.
Listen, me and Diva are still on our Laugh, Love, and Inspire tour. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want us to come over, please email me at royersworld@gmail.com. We can set up a date for you. I think we have 3 more spots to fill, I believe.
I hope you put me on.
Oh, yes. I got your message and everything. So, yes. That's what I said. I think we only have 3 more spots left because we've been booking it. So I'm proud.
Yeah, I'm excited.
If you missed Naughty Love, A Day of Love, you got to go and check that out.
God,
what an event. Oh, my gosh. I loved it.
I watched that thing like 3 times myself.
Me too.
I watched it like 3 times. My daughter came over and I said, you have got to see this video. And she and I sat down and we watched it halfway. And then I had to run to the store. My daughter said this, Naughty. She said, Mommy, put the video on hold. I mean, she's 32. I call her my daughter, my baby girl. She said, Mommy, put the video on hold because I pause because I want to see the rest when we get back. And as soon as we got back in the house, she ran over there, grabbed the remote and pressed play.
Was it not a bonding experience? Was that not the best bonding experience? if
Oh
you
my
want to
God,
bond with your family, your friends, like that was a perfect live to sit
I'm telling
down and watch together and then have a discussion afterwards about. A naughty, amazing,
Yes,
amazing,
girl.
amazing
Yes,
job.
girl. I
Thank you
told you that
so
was
much.
gonna be a hit, girl. I told you. I told you that.
Thank you so
I
much
had
for
so much
inviting me and
fun
Diva
preparing
over. We
for it
had
and
an
working with
amazing time. We had a
Yes.
good time. So
her.
we're going up on the Juice Radio Talk Show next.
That's right.
Or coming up next. But before that, we have Larger Curves on March 11th. So make sure you go over to Larger Curves channel on March 11th, and we'll be there laughing. She's going to do a day of laughter.
I love
So we'll be there. Me and Diva are working on a podcast. We did our first episode a couple Fridays ago. We did our second pilot episode this past Thursday. It dropped, and we had an amazing time doing that. So y'all go check that out. We got some great reviews. We're looking for a name. Help us with a name. So
Okay.
email us, please. We got some name ideas, but it's just not popping for us. We want something that's
Okay.
like boom.
You got
So,
it has to resonate with y'all.
Yes, we're gonna get it together. So we're doing that as well. And I think that's all. This has been a beautiful time, everybody. Thank you for joining us today in Royers World. Catch me this week in my Royers Corner videos. Catch the Juice Radio and Talk Show during the week, and then catch Naughty as well. And then you'll catch Auntie Robin in any one of our channels.
Yes, you will.
Because she be
Yes,
there,
you will. Because she gonna
loving
show
and
up.
supporting
Yes,
us. Period. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.